everyone, thank you so much for joining me for today's YouTube training video. Today I just wanted to thank you all for taking the time to subscribe to my channel, and also those of you who've left positive comments down below, thank you so much. It's exciting to see the channel grow a little bit and for my message to get out and for people to be helped with their training. Any questions or comments, please again feel free to leave them down below. Today, before I share my training with you guys, I just wanted to take one moment and talk a little bit about comparison. And some of you may have seen me put out a quote or repost quotes that says comparison is a thief of joy. And one of my greatest desires for you guys is to be able to walk around with a joy that just kind of fills you up and allows you to walk in your purpose and feel good about who you are and what you're doing in this world. So the joy that I'm talking about, when you compare yourself to someone on social media or a friend or somebody else and you begin to think less and less of yourself, it's going to take that joy and all those beautiful things that you at one point believe that you were, and it kind of makes them smaller and minimizes them, and it steals your joy. I know that I've experienced that in my life when maybe I've taken the time to scroll on Instagram and my mindset wasn't in the right place, and then I began to compare, or in my life just out in day to day, like comparing to people. So when I know I'm tired or I'm striving, I'm more likely to try to compare myself. But now in my life, I'm really trying to stop and think and reflect. Hey, am I comparing? Is it making me think I'm less than, or I'm not enough, I don't have enough, I'm not doing enough? If that's you, just take a moment and reflect on your thoughts, realize when you're doing that, and then put down whatever that thing is that's causing you to kind of fall into that place of comparison, and then focus on all of the good attributes and all of the things you are doing. One of the ways that I love training is that you can get better at something every single day. Every time you go into the gym, you have a task and you got to do your very best at that task. So that's what I'm getting ready to go do. Thank you guys so much for listening. Remember, comparison is a thief of joy. Be grateful for who you are and what you're doing, and try your very best to encourage other people around you. You never know, they could be feeling the same way. I'll see you guys on the other side of this training video. Thank you so much. Hey everyone, welcome to the commentary for this week's training video. I was able to combine two of my lifting days, both lower body days, and today what I wanted to focus on is just kind of watching what I'm doing before I'm going into these big lifts, and then also I wanted to focus on the ab movements that are incorporated in the program today. So today we have 3 sandbag over shoulder, and the whole reason we do that is to prime our hips for the hard squats that we're doing today, sets of 8 at a pretty medium weight, 70%, right? So the sandbags will work our hip explosiveness and just kind of prime everything for becoming explosive out of the hole. Here we have my weighted plank, which if you've never done one, it's really great because just a regular plank, if you're an advanced or intermediate lifter, you can kind of do it for a long time. I think we've done it for like 10 minutes here at the gym. But the weighted plank, I think I feel it a little bit deeper in my core. So I really love whenever that's programmed in, and it kind of gets my mind working, thinking, hey, I'm going to have to use my abs for the squat. I really need to focus on keeping nice and tight. And it also helps me feel like, oh, it can get tired. You know, it's kind of weird to think that, oh, my core can get tired. So this is my last set. As you can see, I'm doing 185 on the SS yoke, and the cool thing about this bar is I feel like that it really works your upper and lower back a little bit more on the squat, so it kind of wants to throw you forward, and your job is to fight it back. And I felt really stable on this. I didn't feel like it was pushing me forward. I was really happy with the way this weight went. I took it off of my wrapped PR for this for the SSB, and that was 270 pounds. So I really feel like the training is working, and something I wanted to make sure that I talked about today also, besides this core training, intentional core training. Oh yeah, these sled drags are really helpful for kind of making my quads and my hamstrings feel really I can really feel them through this, and also getting my heart rate up a little bit. I really didn't take much time to rest. I got here a little earlier on a Friday and was able to work pretty quickly. And then the volume. This was a lot of fun, but I'm kind of vowing to myself that if you were with me in one of my earlier training videos, I talked about really not always getting my assistance done and feeling like that was one of the reasons why my lifts weren't feeling as strong and moving I feel like for me to move forward safely, I really need to work my assistance. And my volume was hard but good, and in between the volume sets were again more weighted planks, and so my core got a workout. But I made it to assistance, and here we've got these. Brian had this ladder of odd minutes. You're doing these 12 squats, then 10, then 8, then 6, and 4. And then in between that minute, too, we've got these wall sits. And to be honest, these are one of the hardest things for me. They're hard all the way around for my legs and quickly make me exhausted. But they were really fun, and I'm really glad that I got the opportunity to do them. And if you've never tried, you can even do this if you're not doing any kind of training program. If you had 10 minutes, you could do, 10 squats, and then, 30 seconds of a wall sit, and then 8 squats, body weight squats, and then 30 seconds of a wall sit. So this is a really neat conditioning template that you could use for anything, regardless of how advanced of a lifter you are. So sometimes we just need a little bit of a formula or a format, and then you can kind of go with it. So then we're going to move on to Monday. I did train on Saturday. I actually did a 2-a-day because I did the overhead press in the morning, and then in the afternoon I ran the squat programming with the seminar class. What a cool opportunity to do a seminar with Brian. He is electric when he presents, and it's just such a great coach, and very informative, and I love the way he set up. Oh, hi Nala. Nala wants to be in the workout. She's so funny. She just wants to play when I'm down like that. Adorable. She cracked me up. She's really cracking me up. But just reflecting back on the seminar and then working in what I'm doing into today's programming, I did do the volume work with the class. Like, I did help coach the seminar, just spotting people, and I took some video of Brian, and what a neat opportunity. I learned a lot from him, especially about breathing and bracing and about the squat setup, and I wanted the class to feel like they had someone from the Never State team working out with them, so I jumped in, and I think that was cool. It was cool for me to be a part of that energy, and because sometimes if you're not in the working out with people, like, you don't know what the energy feels like. So I like being able to do that with our classes and with that seminar class. So what I decided to do for Monday, because my core was very tired, was to not work up to my strength. I just took my volume from what my percentages should be, and I worked. I warmed up, and then I tried to do my volume work, and that even was suffering with weight. So I took the time to work. Right now what I was doing is something that we did in this seminar, those at the RKC planks. It's when you get into that position of a plank, but you're kind of pulling your elbows to your hips, kind of, I think of it, knees to elbows, and it really engages your core, and it's hard to keep that stable and tight for a long time. So again, learning about core fatigue for me is something I hadn't really thought of, and so Brian's seminar helped me with that. And then when I was laying on my stomach, he was telling the guys, like, take a nice deep breath, fill your lower back, like, fill your lungs with air, and feel your lower back expand. And I did. It's called a croc breathing, like a croc breathing, I think is what he said. I'll have to double check on that, but I'm just learning to fill my core with air, and I do believe that's really going to help keep me safe and prevent injury. And I was glad that I listened to my body today and didn't push it too much, but I still got in and did my deadlifts. But what I had my eye on was making sure that I was going to do my assistance, especially because they have my favorite thing, which is Bulgarian split squats, and I just feel like they work. There we go. They work your glutes. If you have trouble feeling like your butt muscles, this is the exercise for you. It strengthens your quadriceps, your hamstrings, and your glutes all at the same time. And I've got a SSB on my back, so about 70 pounds. I love these, and a lot of times people will feel like they're going to hurt their knee on these. And if your knee is bothering you, just shift exercises. But my knee actually was kind of bothering me that day previously, and what I did was made sure that my kind of center alignment was as up, down, and vertical as possible, and that I wasn't pushing into my knee or anything like that. I was really sitting back into my heel, and then say I'm pushing up with that right leg there, I'm really visualizing and initiating in my glute. And the way I do that is I can feel like I'm pushing through that heel. It's like almost like a string attached to my glute, and I'm pushing up from there. And I cannot even tell you, I did stretching and yoga yesterday. I am very sore. My glutes really felt it. And I also think adding this these medicine ball jumps for the remainder 30 seconds was extremely hard. Teresa in the background and I were kind of going back between like weight, no weight. So we had 4 rounds of that, and I used weight for 2 of the rounds. Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching that training footage. I hope some of it was helpful to you guys. Please take what you like, throw out what you don't like. Hopefully you were encouraged and learned a few things about breathing and bracing and the importance of assistance, and also what I like to do to prime my hips for the big lower body movements. I am excited to get back with you guys later in the week with maybe a little more training. Remember not to compare yourself to other people, because it's gonna steal your joy. Only look at yourself and just compare it to your own progress, and then be proud of your performance. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.